Hi everybody and welcome to this presentation. My name is Kevin James and along with a couple of colleagues tonight we will be taking you through a business opportunity looking at forever living products, which I believe is one of the best opportunities in the world, not just the UK. By the time we finish the presentation, because of course you'd expect me to say that, but by the time we finish the presentation you will probably be of the same opinion as well. I came across this business some 22 years ago. And I came across this business because I'd lost my job through ill health. I worked in the engineering industry. I worked in the aerospace part of the engineering industry. So I was designing military aircraft, working around that type of thing. However, when I became ill, so ill that I couldn't work, obviously that had to go. And it was then my wife who came across some products from somebody she knew that thought might help. And sure enough, these were some of the products from this company we're going to talk about tonight. I'd been away from, by the time I was fit to go back to work, I'd been away from the engineering world for about 7 years. So it was going to be difficult to get back into such a technologically, if I could say it, based industry. So what somebody suggested was, look, you love the products, why not look at this as a business? And that's when the first challenge, or one of the first challenges, came up, because I'd never run a business before. I didn't know how to run a business, and I wasn't sure about this company, only from the point of view of buying the products. That's all I ever knew. I didn't know about the business opportunity that went along with it. But as the screen says, if you change your life or change your thinking, you change your life. And that was at the crossroads that I was at. I had to decide, do I want to go back into that engineering world or do I want to do something different? And why not look at something different when you're already using the products and like the opportunity that's there? So that's what we decided to do, was to look at what this business could do for us long term. So first thing I looked at was, how long has this business been around? Well, we are an international company, so we're over 40 years old now, and we're privately owned, and we're founded in the in the USA, sorry. What makes us unique as well is that we're cash rich and debt free. Now, there aren't many companies that can claim that. And not only are we cash rich and debt free, we have an asset base of over $1.5 billion worldwide. That means, like, when the big recession hit 10, 12 years ago, most businesses folded because they didn't have any backup. So when the banks drew in all the debt, of which we didn't have any, they had no assets to back up their business. So although they might have had plenty of orders on the books, they didn't have any assets to carry on paying the staff and keep the business going. So that's why they folded. So that makes us very, very stable. And all the companies that are in now around 150 countries around the world give us a turnover of multi-billion dollars. So that means that not only are we very, very successful in the US and the UK, where we are now. Hang on, just having a challenge here because it would appear the slide hasn't changed. There we go. There we go. So as I say, I've been just talking through the points on there. Got a 40-year-old privately owned company founded in the US, assets in excess of $1.5 billion, cash rich and debt free, which makes us very, very stable. We've got a multi-billion-dollar turnover operating in over 150 countries. Now, as an independent business owner like myself with Forever, that means that we can have a business in any of those countries that we're operating. And we're in the health and wellness sector, which is tipped to be, well, never tipped, it is a multi-trillion-dollar global marketplace. And every country is interested and growing in the health and wellness area. So it means that we've got a very, very stable business that's growing year on year worldwide, not just in the UK and the USA. And that gives us a very, very stable business. Moving on. So that's great worldwide, but most of us listening here are based in the UK. So what we want to know is what's happening here in the UK. The picture you can see on the screen is our head office, which is Longbridge Manor in Warwick. That's where all our head office staff are based, obviously, in the UK, and it operates an open door policy, which means if you're in the area pop down and have a look round. And if our managing director, Bob Parker's there, he'll happily have a chat with you and answer any questions you've got as well. So here in the UK, we've been trading now for over 25 years. In the UK, our sales are around 100 million. So once again, you can see that we're well established, 25 years, and we're generating a good sales income. However, we've got a heck of a long way to go. And when you see further on in the presentation how big the marketplace is that we're operating in, just remember that 100 million and compare it to the size of the marketplace we're in. However, to prove to you that we're a very reputable company, you can see that we're invested in People Accredited, and that's an independent body who assess a company for how well they train and look after the staff and give staff development. But we're also award-winning members of the Direct Selling Association, that's the DSA. And the DSA are the regulatory body that all companies like us register with. And as I say, we're award-winning members of that association. Now, this is a guy who started everything off, a chap called Rex Morn. And he set the business up all those years ago, and he's still at the head of it now. More and more now things are being passed on to his son as a natural progression through the business. But you can see on the screen there is our philosophy, which Rex set the business up and that we all work around. And there's some interesting words in that for a company mission statement about we'll create a profitable environment where people can work with dignity. Now, working with dignity is interesting because a lot of people now are unhappy in a job because they're having to do things that they don't like and it goes against their ethics. And in Forever, we are very, very ethical. Also, it says we want empathy and fun to be our guides. And you don't get fun in a mission statement very often in a business. But just have a read of that yourself. I'm not going to read through it all. You can do that yourself. And basically what it's saying is that what Forever wants to do is be ethical and work with us to be ethical and for everybody to be happy. It's a great philosophy. Rex Morn put that philosophy together over 40 years and it's stuck to it ever since. So I suggest if you go in tomorrow to your workplace, have a look at your company's philosophy and statement. Most companies do have them, and then compare it to Forever's and see how it looks. Interestingly, the global success of Forever has been based on just two very, very simple factors. And that's combining the power of home-based business owners. Those home-based business owners supply some products directly to the consumer. And we do a second thing, if we wish to, which is we show the potential of the business opportunity to people as well. So if you're talking to people about products, that's great, you can do that. But if you're talking to people and they're saying that they're really like an extra holiday, they can't afford a holiday, they'd like a new car, they've got car problems, then obviously we can show them the potential of the business opportunity to solve those problems as well. So it's a double-edged sword, but it means it's very, very simple, which is why we can all do it. So the success is based on a system of what we call team marketing. And team marketing is just a team of people marketing our products and business. The benefits of team marketing are that you can create an uncapped and willable income. A couple of key words on there, uncapped being the first. Nobody will give you a ceiling that you can go to in this business. You can earn as much or as little as you like. And once you've built a successful business, that business is willable down to your children or whoever you want it to pass on to when you're no longer around. Also, we don't set you goals and targets to achieve every week and month. You decide your goals, and then we work with you and the system to help you achieve them. So it works very, very much at your pace. It fits around what you're doing. You may be working part-time, full-time already, so this will fit around what you're already doing, so it's not interrupting what you're doing. Yes, you're going to have to put some extra work in, but then you'll see from the income levels that come later on, which really agree with me, it's worth putting the extra work in. Now, because most of us have never been in business for ourselves before, or indeed in this type of business, we have a full training and support program that uses a very simple business building system that's the same in every country in the world. And we keep it simple so that anybody can get involved and anybody can do it, and it's duplicatable. We have lots of incentives from team marketing in Forever. We've got 3 of them on the screen there, then you'll hear more about these later on. We've got system of chairman's bonus, and this is when a percentage of Forever's turnover worldwide is put to one side, and people who qualify can get a share of that percentage of the turnover worldwide. And that's turnover, not profit. So it's on the bigger of the two totals. We have a car program or a car plan, or Forever to Drive as it's called as well, which means you can qualify to qualify for a car, but you don't have to get a car. You can spend the money on anything you like. You'll see that later on. And then there's global travel as well. 2 global trips a year. Quite a lot of us in the UK have just come back from a trip to Dallas over in the US, and I'm sure that Danielle will mention a bit more about that later on as well. And we also have other recognition, but key word again coming up there, we have fun while we're doing this business. Yes, we'll have tough days, and yes, we'll have bad days, but overall, we have fun doing this business. So, what do we do to make this business so successful? There's only 4 key points, really, and once again, they're all very simple. First of all, we need to use the products. That's key to this business. Use the products and become your own best customer, because if you're not using them yourself, how can you tell other people about them? So once you're using them yourself and you see what the products do for you, what they feel like, what they taste like, then you can talk to other people about the experiences that you've had with the products. And then all we suggest you do is develop a customer base of around 20 to 30 regular customers. So we're not looking for super duper aloe salespeople here. We're looking for people to use the products, talk about the products that they particularly like and get a good experience with, and then build up a customer base. And you can earn a reasonable income just retailing products. However, for those of us that want to earn a bit more, then we look at building a team of people as well. So we talk to people not only about the products, but about the opportunity. So as I said before, somebody wants a holiday, somebody needs some work done on a car, wants a new car, we can talk to them about the income opportunity. And the way the system works is very simply, we suggest that we work with you to help you find 5 key people, and then we work with those 5 key people and work the simple business cycle, because then that moves on to the next stage, which is where we're coaching your team. And we coach those 5 people quite simply to develop 20 to 30 regular customers and find their 5 key people. So it's a very, very simple system that you can work at your own speed. The thing that makes it all work is why you want to do this business. So we all start off by being contacted by somebody to say, I hear that you'd like another holiday, but you're a bit stuck for cash. If I could show you a way where you could earn that extra income, would you be interested in having a look, for instance? They say yes, fantastic. We show them some information. They still want to know more, so we do a business presentation with them like this, either online, face-to-face, or one of our many group business presentations that we do around the country. They like what they see there, so then they join the business, they become a forever business owner. We then do a plan with them to plan their business and what they want at their speed. And we then do some action, so we can then start putting action into the plan, because a plan without action doesn't go anywhere. The thing that drives it is that why in the middle all the time. Why are you doing this business? So when we first started this business, it was to get some extra income, because as I said, I'd been quite a lot of years without an income coming in. So we built up quite a lot of debt, and we needed to get some extra income quickly. The reason that we do this business now is for the lifestyle it gives us and the travel. We both love traveling. As I said, we just come back from Dallas, and from Dallas we went on to Memphis. Before that, this year we've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Before at the beginning of the year we were skiing. So you can see that yes, we've worked hard, we've built a great business, and now we play hard as well. But you will have your own why as to why you're doing this business. And mine has changed, or ours has changed throughout the years we've been in Forever, and yours will do the same as well. As you achieve the first things you come in to achieve, and you've done that, you'll tick them off the box, and you'll have something else that you want to do. But your why is independent to you, and only you really know what that is. So we mentioned working with 5 key people, and this is why we suggest that we work with 5 key people, because if you're in the middle there, you're a forever business owner and you can put in, say, 10 hours a week into this business. When you find 5 people in your team who know what they want and know what they want to do, it might look something like you got on your screen. So you've got somebody there who's a product promoter, and they're just putting 5 hours a week in the business, which is great. You've got a couple of business leaders who are putting in 10 and 20 hours. Then you've got business developers who are putting in more hours. If you add up all those hours altogether, you've got 125 hours being worked in your business. But you yourself are only working your 10 hours, and everybody is just being taught to use the products, develop 20 to 30 regular customers, find the 5 key people and coach and duplicate. Because as you can imagine on here, if we take our business leaders and our business developers, each of those will have their 5 key people as well. So you can see how quickly the network starts to build up. So that'll give you, let's say, 125 hours being worked in your business, but you're only doing 10. And everybody's doing their bit and everybody's getting paid for the bit that they do. So how does that translate into actual money and different levels in the business? To do that, I'm going to pass you on to our next speaker. And our next speaker is Danielle, who is hopefully on the line now. And I'm going to pass over to Danielle so she can take you through the next couple of slides. Are you there, Danielle?
Yes, thank you very much, Kev.
Thank you. There's your next slide coming up.
Thank you. So welcome again, everybody, to tonight's presentation. Thanks very much, Kev, for the start of that. I'm actually now just going to take everybody through the next part of the presentation, which is all about how we can actually earn an income with Forever, and the potential there that if this business is right for you, what exactly you can do with the business. So I just wanted to share a little bit about my background first before we kind of go into that. So as I said, my name is Danielle Hollis, and I've been working alongside Forever now for just over 3 years. So my background is actually in hairdressing. So I've actually worked as a hairdresser and an educator now for over 20 years and absolutely love what I do. So when I came across Forever 3 years ago, I actually wasn't looking for an opportunity. I didn't really think that I was going to be even thinking about anything else apart from my hairdressing career. But at the time, I'd just opened my own small salon. I've worked self-employed for quite some time, and as I said, I've worked as an educator as well up and down the country. So at that time, when I just opened my salon, I was working a lot of hours. So I was doing 10 to 12 hours a day in the salon. And then on my 6th day, as I said, I was actually educating. So I actually only had a day off on a Sunday. And if there's anybody listening this evening who's self-employed or maybe has a traditional style business, then you'll probably appreciate that sometimes your business can very much start to run you rather than you running the business, and that's exactly what was happening to me. So I was loving what I was doing, but I didn't actually have any free time whatsoever, and I felt a little bit like on that kind of like hamster wheel. And my husband used to often say to me, are we going to get any kind of change? Is there going to be any kind of like any time where this is going to relax a little bit more? And I couldn't see it because that was the only way that I knew how to work. So when I first came across Forever, I'd never heard of the company, I'd never heard of the products, and I personally am a real product junkie as well. So Ruth's going to take you through the products in a moment, and I'm really super passionate about the products, but I'd never even heard of them 3 years ago. But when I first saw the business, I looked at the presentation a little bit like you're doing tonight yourselves. I actually just saw it and I just got extremely excited because I could really easily see that I could work something alongside my really busy life. I didn't have any spare time. I don't think many of us do have spare time as such, but I saw that if I could work this into tiny pockets of my day, then I could actually create something that was going to give me a huge amount of change. It was going to give me a lot more freedom, a lot more flexibility, but also have like a really incredible, successful business. So I love the idea, I love the concept. So I didn't understand everything, to be honest, when I first got shown the information. But what I did do is get excited and just kind of jumped straight in and started to understand it later, basically. So 3 years on now, everything looks really quite different for me now. So I still do my hairdressing because I absolutely love it. But I actually sold my salon in December. And that was a big decision obviously for me, but that was a fantastic time that I've been able to adjust my working life basically. So I pretty much now work Forever very part-time, but I earn a nice full-time income. But I've kind of had a really big development as well, a big self-development. I've learned an awful lot about business, I've learned an awful lot about myself, and I've just had a fantastic journey so far. So it is my pleasure just to take you through a little bit about how we can actually do that and create an income. So as Kev's already explained to you on that previous slide, we work in a completely different way, which is time leverage, and that's why I started to get excited at first, because I understood that if I could grow this business alongside what I currently was doing, that hard work and time and effort that I was putting in initially would really start to kind of pay me in a different way that I could start to relax a little bit more, and that's exactly what it's done. So when we first come into the business, we all start in exactly the same way. So we all start to promote the products basically. Our products are absolutely fantastic. We start to use them ourselves, and naturally what we do is just fall in love with them, feel the benefits and share them and promote them with others. So you're looking to earn between £200 to £400 a month, just literally for a few hours a week. And this generally tends to be just quite conversational. So you're just talking to people in your everyday life. So that might be if you're employed at work, it might be within your business, it might be other parents, whatever your network is, you'll just start talking to people around you. And then the next level of income is something which we call a business leader. So this is doing exactly the same. You're talking to people about the products. You're looking for that small kind of customer base to recommend the products to. But then you're actually also going to be sharing the business opportunity with other people. You're going to be talking to like-minded people like you. So they might want to be looking for just that £200 to £400. Or of course, they might be looking to come in and build a bigger business as well. So for doing that, for helping those few people get started and showing them that simple system, you're looking to earn between £600 to £2,000 per month. So I built up this position alongside the salon just to kind of give you an idea that it is achievable, very much alongside my 10-hour days. So I was able to drop my education work, which was really nice. I didn't have to do the travel, and it started to give me a few more extra choices. But for me at this point, to be honest, it was almost like there was a third person bringing a full-time income into my household. So as you can imagine, that really started to just take the pressure off things really. So it really was really a huge kind of thing that I've been able to do. But as I said, most of us do work that alongside, you know, full-time businesses, full-time employment, or, you know, full-time parenting, you know, so really, really busy people. So it's very much achievable. And then there's also the business developer. So a business developer is basically doing exactly the same as those two things, promoting the products, starting to build a team, helping them to kind of get to where they want to be. But within that role, you're actually already going to be starting to develop people that are also wanting to become a business leader. So people who are wanting to earn a bit more of a full-time income with Forever, start to work up and start to engage in the incentives that are on offer as well. So a business developer, you're looking to earn £2,000 to £20,000 plus, whatever you want to achieve. As Kez explained, that this is an uncapped income potential. You don't have to go for obviously the really large incomes, but it's very much there if you wanted to start to kind of build your business in a quite serious way. So that's definitely achievable as well. Okay, so how we actually work as a company, we are actually a global company. We're in over 150 countries worldwide. So that means that when we're working with our other businesses within different countries, we need to be able to kind of communicate with each other really, really easily. And it's helpful to have kind of an internal currency, if you will, so that we don't have to convert, say, for example, pounds into Australian dollars, or, you know, pounds into euro, and kind of understand what the conversion rate is at that time. So we have this Forever global currency, and it's almost like a point system, so it keeps it really, really simple for us. The fantastic thing about Forever is that all these this bit of information that I'm going to share with you now, basically, it all gets worked out for you by a really simple computer system. So the actual understanding of case credits, I actually probably didn't understand it fully for a number of months when I started my business, but I was still earning an income from those case credits. So if you're a numbers person, fantastic, but if you're not, don't worry, because the simple computer system works this out for us. So what we're going to do to create those case credits into your business is just do those 3 simple activities, one of which is to use the products. So we need to become our own best ambassador, basically, and you will, because you'll just fall in love with, you know, some of the products, if not all of them. You're going to promote those products, as I said, to the people that are around you, and then you're going to start to look for people that are wanting to start in this business opportunity as well. So recruit those people into your business. For all those 3 activities, you've got case credit value on all those, so points on all of those, if you will. And what we're going to help you to do is actually to develop a 4 case credit success habit. So within Forever, it's so lovely because you don't have any targets, so we have no pressure. The only kind of pressure that we have within Forever is probably what we put on ourselves because of what we want to achieve. But there is no pressure from Forever or anybody that you're working with. It's about what you want to do and what you want to achieve. But to be able to access lots of things from the incentives and access a different kind of income stream, which I'll share with you in a moment, it's about creating kind of like a discipline, so like a doing our small little bit, which I think is really lovely because it means it's nice and fair, nice and ethical. It means that we all do our little bit in sharing the products, using the products, and also bringing people into the business. Next slide, please, Kev. Okay, so when we actually get started in business, we're going to come in with a business owner's box, which Ruth's going to explain a little bit more to you about just in a short while. But we're going to come in at a level called assistant supervisor. So don't worry too much about what they're called as such, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of how you can start to work through the marketing plan. So what you're going to be doing at this point is probably earning around £200 to £400 per month. At this point, you're going to come in straight away and you're going to get your 35% discount from the products. So that means that any products that you retail, so recommend and retail onto somebody, you're going to be earning a 35% markup straight away on that. But also you're going to get your 35% off the products that you're going to be using yourself. Just the next couple of, that's great, thanks Kev. The next position on the marketing plan is that of supervisor. So this is where you're going to start to have introduced a few people into the business. They're going to be doing exactly the same as you and promoting the products. And to get to that supervisor position, you're looking to turn over 25 case credits between yourself and your team over a 2-month consecutive period. At this point, you're looking to earn between about £300 to £500 per month. This is where a second income stream called the team leading income has started to kick in. And this means that you're starting to earn your income from your retail, but you're also starting to earn your income from helping other people get started in their own business. At this point, your 35% has actually jumped up to 38%. So it means that the products that you're buying for yourself, you get a more discount on there. And also the customers that you've already started to generate, you're actually going to be earning more of an income on those same customers. And you can see there the plus 3%, that 3% is looking after your team. And that's a bonus that comes straight from Forever to say thank you for looking after and getting started with your team. Assistant manager, that's looking to have about 10 to 15 people in a team. You might have introduced a handful of those, and you might have people within your business that's introduced a handful as well. And there you're looking to turn over 75 case credits over 2 consecutive months between you and your team. And that generally means that there is a number of you doing your 4 case credits. So you're still doing your simple amount, your 4 case credits, and then you're helping a few other people to do exactly the same. At this point, your percentage has actually gone up to 43%, which is brilliant. So your income goes up from your retail point of view, but also here you can see your percentages, depending on where your team are in your business, whether they've just got started or they're starting to move through the marketing plan, you're actually going to earn a percentage on their full business as well. So you're looking at this point to earn between £600 and £800 per month. But obviously, as you can imagine, £800 per month coming into your home, would that make a difference to you? Would that kind of make a difference to be able to perhaps, pay off some credit cards, give you a little bit more month, kind of pay for the holidays, pay for the nice things? It certainly made a big difference to me when I started to work towards that position. It just helped me be able to think about whether I wanted to carry on doing this 6th day. So definitely think about how that would affect your everyday life. And remember, it's very, very much part-time. The next position is that of manager, and this is something that's a real kind of pivotal point within our marketing plan, and I would definitely encourage everyone to look at this position quite seriously, because this position within Forever really opens up all those incredible incentives. And also you're looking to earn between £800 to £2,000 per month. So obviously for most people, earning that kind of income on a monthly basis, which could be worked very much around what you're currently doing, obviously makes a big difference. I certainly in the salon wouldn't have been able to easily access another £2,000 a month. I would have had to put an awful lot more man hours in to be able to actually achieve that. And as an employed person, to actually access another £2,000 a month, I'm not sure how many people would be able to kind of go into their employer and ask for that just for working a couple of extra hours here and there every week. So to get to this position, we're looking for 120 case credits, over 2 consecutive months, or you can actually do it in a slightly different way, which is 150 over a 3 to 4 consecutive month period. This just means that you can kind of gradually work your business up, which is fantastic. Typically, you'd have about 15 to 25 people within your team, but as I've explained before, you might have helped a handful of people get started, and you've also got people within your team, within your organisation, and they've got their handful of people to get started as well. At this point, you're looking to have your 48% discount from your products, 48% markup on your retail. So whatever you're buying in for the product from Forever, retailing that onto your customers, you've got a 48% profit margin, which is just phenomenal. It's absolutely incredible. That was one of the things that really kind of spurred me on to get to the manager position, because I knew that I loved the products as soon as I started to use them. So I wanted them at the best price that I could get. And it just really means that you can help to promote them really, really nicely because you're using lots of products. So here on the right hand side of the screen there, you can see that yourself there, you're the manager now in that purple circle. And this just breaks down what I've just explained really a little bit more simple. So you've helped a few people get started, their assistant supervisor. So you're actually going to get paid 13% on their whole business from Forever. So that's like a bonus that comes in. It's called the team leading bonus, which is on top of your retail income, just for helping people get started in business. You've got a couple of people in the blue there, their supervisor, they're starting to work through the marketing plan. They're wanting to earn a little bit more of an income with Forever. They're probably helping just a couple of people get started. You're going to be earning 10% from their full business. And then you see your assistant manager here in the green. They've got a little bit more of a bigger business now, a bit more of a substantial organisation. You're earning 5% from that full business. Now, this person who is the assistant manager that you've helped get started in business, they want that manager position as well. So they're wanting to look to get that same income that you're with at the moment. They're wanting to kind of get a little bit more flexibility in their life. So at the point of manager, you're obviously not going to have a differential between your percentage, which is 48, and their percentage, which is 43. So at this point, this is where Forever is very clever, and it gets very exciting that we've got a third income stream which kicks in, which is called a royalty style income. So royalty style income is very similar to if you were to write a book or write a song, and then when that song got played the next year, if it was a Christmas #1 or something, you're continuously going to get paid an amount when that continues to work, basically. So you don't just get paid on the work that you're doing right now, you get paid on the work for life. I love this idea, I love this concept, because for me, what I brought this down to was my hairdressing. As I said, I've worked as an educator now for a long, long time, which I absolutely love. And all those people that I've trained to be absolutely incredible hairdressers that are going out there now and doing a great job, I obviously never got paid any more on the work afterwards. So this for me was just like, well, actually, if I can help people to do exactly the same as what I've done, then I'll get paid a percentage from Forever for the full life of their business. That was really, really exciting to me, and I just love that concept because I love people, I love helping people, and I thought if I can do the simplicity of the business and then just simply share the simplicity of the business with others, then that's going to make me successful, and that really, really was exciting and sat right with my ethics. I loved that. So here you can see an average manager's turnover is about £15,000, and this just gives you an example of a royalty style income and how it works. So you're at the manager position of 48%. You might have introduced somebody called Sarah. So we'd class her as a first generation manager to you. So she's worked up to that manager position. And what Forever is then going to do is actually pay you a percentage on Sarah's business for the full life of her business. So that full life, that business that continues to grow and do whatever she's doing, Sarah now really doesn't need an awful lot of guidance from you. You've helped and coached her to get to that manager position, and she's wanting to go on and help and coach other people now within her team. And you're actually going to get paid a 6% on that. That's about £900 per month. Sarah might have introduced somebody called Sam into the business who's got the manager position as well. You're going to get paid 3% on Sam's business for life. That's £450 a month. Then Sam might have introduced Joe, who's got the manager position. You're going to get paid 2%, that's £300 for life. So you'll have probably had quite a lot to do with Sarah's business, really helped her started. You'll have had a little bit of an impact on Sam's business, and Joe's business you've probably just helped in more like a ripple effect, because it's obviously Sarah and Sam who is the kind of closest connections to him, but you'll have had some kind of input, some kind of help on getting them started, and forever want to reward you for helping people get started and get successful in their own right. So you can see here that a royalty style income plus your manager income here. So £1,650 royalty style income with your manager income is anywhere between £2,500 and £3,500 per month. Now at the point of Joe, that third generation, that's where we would stop at that point. So that's where you get paid on that manager line. But you can actually develop as many lines as you would like. So if you would like to create 5 lines, 6 lines, however many you would like to do. Forever will never tell you that you're being too successful. Forever will never tell you that you're helping too many people. It's simply about where you want to go with the business. And of course, how incredible is that, and what kind of a difference would that make to yourself and your family? So these actual incomes, these royalty style incomes, can come from anywhere within the world. So remember that we are a global company, so you can help people get started within business. Of course, you can help people with the products in different countries, and you can also help people get started and develop those managers in all of those countries. So you can be earning different income streams from different countries, and I still think that's one of the most exciting things about my business is when I kind of get my income from my different countries that I'm working with. So say for example I have a business in Spain, so I actually have like this extra income that comes in from Spain, and it's just really exciting because it just means that I'm helping somebody, people grow a business within Spain, but I've actually never been to visit any of that team over there yet. I'm sure I will at some point, but how fantastic that I can start to grow an income and have that different revenue stream coming in. So this is just going to talk you through a little bit about incomes, what you can achieve just by helping a few people basically, or as many people as you want. So senior manager, this is where you're looking to help 2 people direct to you towards that manager position. You're looking to earn about £30,000 per annum. Helping 5 people to that manager position, you're looking to earn £60,000. That's classed as a soaring manager. Sapphire manager, you've helped 9 people direct to you get to that manager position, and you're going to be earning £120,000 plus per annum. Diamond Sapphire manager, that's 17, 200,000. Diamond manager, 350,000. 25 managers. Of course, this is entirely up to you. It depends on how much you want to work, how big you'd like your business to get, how many people that you'd like to help within the business. It's entirely up to you what you want to achieve. But these incomes are all taken from UK database, so this is incomes that are being earned right now within the business within the UK. When I first looked at this, I really looked at the soaring manager position and the sapphire manager position, because I thought I can imagine that I can help 5 to 9 people do that simple cycle. I would love to help 5 to 9 people actually achieve a full-time income forever working part-time on their own terms. I really love the idea of that. So just think about where you would like to be on that, and kind of exactly what you'd like to do, because it is just about lifting that lid a little bit more on what you'd like to achieve. So chairman's bonus, this is one of our incredible incentives. So you've just seen a few of the checks just flash across there. Chairman's bonus is an incredible program which is part of our incentive package. And as a company, Rex is as a private company, as Kev has already explained. So he can do with what he would like to help, to give bonuses to the forever business owners. So he has a program which is to share out a percentage of the company turnover. So it's not just the profits, it's the turnover. That makes a big difference to us as business owners, because, for example, right now Forever's putting an awful lot back into product development, lots of infrastructure, so we've got fantastic things going on, and it still means that we're taking this percentage pot from the full turnover. So when I went to Dallas just a few weeks ago, this is what I actually saw for myself for the first time, kind of like happening live, if you will. And it's just an absolutely incredible thing to see, because it's just lots of people, lots of different people, you know, different backgrounds, from different kind of jobs, from different countries, all achieving incredible things. And the amazing thing about the Chairman's Bonus Programme is that the more people that you actually help, the bigger your bonus check. And I just absolutely love that. So this is really accessible to anybody. So it's about just getting to that manager position first, and then the person that's working with you will work closely to kind of put a plan in place if this is something that you want to go for. So the Global Travel Incentives, we've got 2 exciting destinations each year. So as I say, we've just recently got back from Dallas. It's amazing. Like, I mean, that was my first experience, but we stayed in downtown Dallas. It's different destinations each year. We stayed in a beautiful hotel called Hotel Omni. Everything was just so well organized. We were just treated incredibly. It was just like literally a life-changing experience. It was just phenomenal. And of course, now I can't wait to kind of keep on, you know, being able to kind of go to these trips. So next year we've got Thailand or Dallas on the card, and also Stockholm, Sweden. So if these are places that you think, gosh, I would love to visit, obviously it's completely free. So you get to be able to take a +1 as well. So you can take your partner, or you can take a friend, or whatever, you know, your children, whatever you want to do. It's a family company, and there you get your spending money and everything included as well. So it's just an absolutely life-changing experience. We've also got something called Forever to Drive, or Car Plan. So this is something that you can work towards, again, get that manager position and work towards creating enough turnover, enough flow through your full business to be able to tap into earning £6,300 per annum to buy the car of your choice. You can use the money for anything you want. It's you know, another incentive, another cash bonus that comes into your bank account on a monthly basis. Lots of people do choose to use it for a car because it usually equates to about a car payment, but you can use it for anything you want. I know people that have used it for, you know, school fees. I've known it use it for holiday funds, shoes, whatever your thing, you can spend it on whatever you like, but it's just another bonus to work towards. Next slide, please, Kev. So you can see on the screen here, there's people from lots of different backgrounds. And I would genuinely say that there is no one person that works with Forever. It is really just about not really so much where you are right now, but where you actually want to go. And again, I really love the ethics of that. You know, I work with people, obviously I'm from a hairdressing background, but I work with people from all different walks of life. I work with people who are employed, I work with people from corporate backgrounds, I work with people who are stay-at-home parents, I work with students, just absolutely anybody and everybody. So one of my best pieces of advice would be that when you get started with him Forever, is just talk to people. You never know what people might be needing really on both the products or the business opportunity. It just might be for them. So that would be my advice, is don't cherry pick. It's just lovely to share the business opportunity and the products with as many people as you can, and just help as many people as you can with their business as well. Okay, so next slide I think is going to be the products. And I'm now going to be passing you over to Ruth, if she's there.
Hi.
So, so any business wouldn't be where it is without incredible products or incredible services, and our products really are amazing. But I can't think of anyone better than Ruth to share a little bit of information about the products with you this evening. So I'm going to pass you on to you now, Ruth. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, so I'm so excited, as Danielle said, to be able to share with you these incredible, a bit of information really about these incredible products. You've obviously already heard from Kevin about our really unique company, and then Danielle has just taken you through, I guess, the really exciting business model, you know, and how you can earn a living and so many other incentives as well. There's so much on offer, but obviously none of this would be possible without the amazing products that underpin this business. So Yeah, I'm really excited to give you an overview of the products. Just before I do that, I will tell you a little bit about myself, about my background, and how I came across this particular opportunity a few years ago. So, my name's Ruth Preston, and I've been working alongside Forever now for just over 3 years, very similar to Danielle, in fact. Prior to this, I've worked in the corporate industry, latterly as an account manager for a marketing business in Leeds. And I absolutely loved my job, but things kind of changed for me when our kids came along, as they do for a lot of people. After our first child, who's now 7, I went part-time, so I went back and I worked 3 days a week. But for me, I kind of began to struggle with the lack of work-life balance, really. You know, I wanted to be this amazing career woman, but I also really wanted to be a mum who could be there for absolutely every moment for my child. And I kind of felt like I wasn't really doing either role particularly well, but, you know, I got on with it. Not only that, but whilst I was working 3 days a week and getting paid for 3 days a week, I was probably actually working more than 3. You know, I was working definitely at home. So it didn't really sit well with me. But it was actually when I was on maternity leave for the second time with twins, who are now 4, that I sat down with my husband and properly worked out the cost of what the childcare was going to be. Because, you know, if there's any parents on the call tonight, you will know how expensive it can be to put your children in nursery, and that was what we would have had to do. And I worked out that with all of our 3 children in childcare and me going back to my part-time job, I was going to be coming away with about £120 after all of the nursery fees had been paid for. And for me, that was just not what I'd signed up for. And we were in a fortunate position at the time where we took the decision for me to be a stay-at-home mum. And I thought that was incredibly exciting, if I'm honest. But actually what happened in reality was just 2 months into me being a stay-at-home mum, which is an incredibly rewarding but challenging job, was I actually lost a lot of me. You know, I lost a lot of, I kind of totally underestimated how much I needed to be earning my own income. I needed to be around people, I needed to be learning, and I'd completely lost all of that. Loved my kids, but I needed something for me. So I longed for something that would allow me to be there for my kids, but also provide me with something. And I just had no idea what that was. I mean, isn't that what everybody wants? You know, the ultimate job that gives them that opportunity to be at home, but also earn a living. And like Danielle, I had never heard of Forever Living, which is incredible, really, when you think that they are celebrating their 40th birthday this year, and I'd never heard of them. And it was actually my friend from school who introduced me to the amazing products initially, and I both myself and my husband tried a number of the products and fell in love with them, had great experience with these particular products. And then I was shown the business opportunity behind it. And as I said, that was 3 years ago. So what has this done for me? I mean, it has meant that I haven't had to return back to that regular 9-to-5 way of working. It has given me the time to be with the children. Now they are in full-time education, but I am the mum who can take them to school. I can pick them up. I'm with them throughout the school holidays. So it's given me that flexibility, but it's also given me a huge, huge amount of self-development. You know, I'm now working alongside such an incredible team of people that I have the pleasure of working with, and it's just such a supportive environment. So, yeah, I mean, you know, there's so much for me still in this business, even though I'm 3 years in to go for, and I'm really excited about what the future holds. So, thank you very much. So as you can see there, the slide there in front of you, the success really, success in many ways, I guess, is about being in the right place at the right time. And for Forever, that's exactly what Forever have done. As you'll have heard, in the UK, we're now turning over 100 million. And when I hear that, I do think, my goodness, 100 million, that's obviously such huge amount of money. However, look at that slide, you can see that we're barely scratching the surface, because I mean, it takes sports and nutrition as a category alone in the UK. That is a massive, massive marketplace. And in the UK alone, that's a marketplace worth over 350 million pounds. So there's just so much for us to go at. And Forever have a product that sits within every single one of those categories, and in fact others that aren't even on that screen, such as animal care, for example. So it really does show the vision of Rexmorn. As 40 years ago, he set about creating a market-leading brand in what is now a billion-dollar marketplace, which is quite phenomenal. Next slide, please, Kev. So let me tell you a little bit about why our products are so special. You know, what is it that makes Forever Living products so unique? Because you may well now be familiar with aloe vera, you may already be using it in some of the products that you use on a daily basis right now, but without even really realizing it. But we are the world's #1 growers and producers of aloe vera. So we only use that particular aloe that we grow in our products. We don't sell that on to any third parties. We do grow all of our aloe vera without using any artificial chemicals, which is so important. And it's grown and harvested using what we call a unique painted stabilization process. So that essentially means that nobody else can copy or do how we process our aloe in the way that we do. It gives us that far superior quality. Not only is it a superior quality, but it's actually of a very high potency and quantity as well. That's from a very safe and natural source. So you can rest assured that the products that you are going to be drinking and using and putting on your skin are nothing but the very best. Next slide, please. Thank you. So at Forever, we are 100% committed to being natural inspired, and wherever possible, we're using products without chemicals. So you needn't worry at all. I think when I first looked at this business, I did think, well, yeah, I've heard of aloe vera, but I know absolutely nothing about it. You know, that I know what the plant looks like, but that's pretty much it. But what I would say is that you needn't worry about that at all, because we actually have a panel of experts, as you can see there, an advisory board of highly qualified professionals. So we have a vet, a GP, a skincare expert, a nutritionist, and they actually pull together some world-class trainings for us held throughout the UK. So your knowledge and your belief can really be built up over time alongside you building your business as well, which I just think is incredible. But another one of the things that really stood out for me when looking at this business was that 60-day money-back guarantee. That really still now blows my mind, because where else could you possibly purchase some products, a skincare product or some supplements, use them, and then you might feel that actually, do you know what, that hasn't given me good value, or you're not happy, and you'd get your money back within 60 days. But equally, what that said to me about Forever, I mean, it gave me a huge amount of confidence in what they believe their products to be. Not many businesses out there today would be able to survive 40 days with a 60-day money-back guarantee, never mind a mind-blowing 40 years. So it really does speak volumes about the quality of the products, and gave me a huge amount of confidence when recommending the products to family and friends. And there at the bottom of the slide there, you can see various different logos, which you'd obviously expect to see from a global business. So the leaping bunny there, which obviously tells you that we do not test any of our products on animals. And in fact, a number of the products can be used on animals, which is incredible. As a brand leader in a global marketplace, you'd expect to see the kosher, halal, Islamic stamps of approval, and also the Aloe Science Council stamp of approval as well. The Aloe Science Council will test our products regularly and really ensure that our products are the quality which we are saying they are. So you're probably thinking, how on earth do I get started in this business? Well, this is how I got started 3 years ago, and it's how the majority of people will get started in this business, is by purchasing your Start Your Journey pack. So for £199.75, you will, I mean, Forever have really done the hard work for you, to be honest, because you will be purchasing a box which has got all of the top selling products in the UK right now already in there, and also a comprehensive literature pack as well. So you've got everything in there to really get going immediately. You also would come in, as Danielle was explaining the marketing plan previously, you would come in immediately at assistant supervisor level, which gives you your 35% discount off all of the products straight away. So you're already really coming in and making money. Obviously, all of these products in here I love, I use, goodness knows how many every single day. I mean, I am a manager on the marketing plan, so I'm almost getting these half price now. So I'm a real advocate of so many. But I'll just tell you, obviously I can't sort of show you through the products right now because they're there on screen. But if you have a look at the yellow bottle that you see there right in the middle of your screen, that for me is probably one that sits head and shoulders above others, because I mean, that yellow bottle is what I hashtag my secret weapon. Aloe vera, you may or may not know, not only can be applied topically to your skin, but you can actually drink it, and it can contribute in maintaining a very healthy digestive system. And that's obviously so important for our overall well-being, and I know that this has benefited me and my family so much. It really is a cocktail of nutrients. It contains vitamin C, to name but a few, and vitamin C is obviously renowned massively for giving great energy levels, which, believe me, as a busy mum, that has helped a lot. So yeah, it's just an absolute must for me, and I couldn't be I just can't be any more passionate about these products. So thank you so much for listening to the products. I'm now going to pass you over, or back to, I should say, to Kevin, who is going to close this evening's presentation off for you.
Thank you very much, Ruth, and thanks for that. And yes, as we said, we start with the best thing you can do with these products is to get them, try them, and get your own stories, and that is definitely the best way to go about that. If a Forever business owner asked you to come onto this call and you've seen that quick overview of the products and you'd like to know more, then that's the person to get back to, and I'm sure they can tell you more info on the products. Okay, so just finishing off the last couple of slides. When we look at this, obviously, if you're looking at this for the first time, you may well be thinking, will it work for me? I would put that question slightly differently and say, will you work for it? We know this business works, so we're not trying to convince you of that at all. You've just got to decide if it's something that you're interested in. It will work for you if you take it seriously. Any new business takes time to get up and running. If you was opening a normal business and you went to the bank for a loan to get that business started, they'd want a plan off you, a business plan, and they wouldn't expect you to show a profit for probably 3 to 5 years. In fact, look at EasyJet just recently. EasyJet's been operating for years, and they've just turned in their figures, and they've done better than they did the previous year, when I think they had over 100 million loss. I think they're down to about 20 million loss now. So with Forever, your investment of 199.75, you can soon turn that into a profit. We're not talking millions here. We're talking a very low cost business to get into. But you do also need to be coachable. A lot of us do think that we can get on and do this business ourselves, and you probably can. But you know what? You'll be much quicker, and you'll be much successful much quicker if you listen to the person who introduced you and attend relevant trainings. You also need to commit some time to be successful, because it's not going to happen overnight. You can build a business in Forever quickly compared to a normal business, but you've got to put the time and effort in to make it work, and you need to make sure that you put time into your business to make it work, and make sure that time is on a regular basis. It doesn't matter how many hours per day it is, as long as you're touching your business on a regular basis. You also need to be self-motivated and also work closely with the person who introduced you to the business, because they can keep you on track. But on a day-to-day basis, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at the boss. So you really do need to be self-motivated in that respect. Yes, your sponsor, the person who introduced you, will work with you, and you'll come to our trainings and you'll come to our big events, and you'll get very, very enthused. But on a day-to-day basis, you need to be the sort of person who can motivate yourself to get on and do something. We also encourage you to set some big dreams and some big goals for yourself and your family. And most of us, as we go through life, we have big goals and big dreams, what we want to do, what we want to achieve, where we want to go, what sort of car we want to drive. And unfortunately, these things can get somewhat boxed in as our life goes on. When we finish school, depending on what qualifications we get, determines then on what level of university we can go to. When we qualify at university, that all depends on what qualification you come out of, as to whether you go on to do a master's degree or where you're going to the workplace and what your earning potential is. So you're getting boxed in all the time. You're almost being told what your restrictions are. What we want to say to you is, forget the box, climb out of it, have a look around, look at the world. It's a big place. What do you really want from life? It's pointless just hanging about thinking, I'll win the lottery one day. Yes, you may do, but that's very, very few and far between. What you need to do is take control of your life, and you do that by working in a business for yourself. All we need to do is commit to having some regular customers and building a team and developing those 5 key people. That's it. That's our simple business model. But you do need to tell people what you're doing. If you decide today to get back to the person who asked you to have a look at its presentation and say, yes, I want to get started, and you fill the form in online and you get started, you register with us and you order, you start your business pack, you will not have a queue of people outside your door the next day saying, I heard you drawing forever, can you tell me all about it? You need to talk to people about it. More importantly, you need to listen to people, because when you listen to people, you can then help them with the problems they've got. And most of us, if we're honest, will complain about something when we're talking to people we know. And if it's something we can do something about, like an income, then they're the people that to suddenly say, I've just started in something that might be of interest to you. And you also need to have a fantastic attitude. When I walk around the city centre like Leeds or Manchester or anywhere, if you walk around at lunchtime and people are scurrying out their offices, they're going to wherever to get a quick sandwich or something for lunch and they're scurrying back, you don't see a smile anywhere. Now, you can always pick out a forever business owner because they were the ones walking around smiling because they're enjoying what they're doing. So it's that great attitude that makes a difference. We want you to be the person that lights the room up when you walk into it, not that lights the room up when you walk out of it. We all know those sort of people. When they turn up at a party, the party dies, and as soon as they leave, it all picks up again. Okay, so it's that great attitude that you need to have. And just by coming on this call and committing to that tonight, you've already started on that by having a great attitude. So you're probably in one of 3 places now. From what you've seen, it could be a thank you very much, but no, I don't think it's for me. In which case, we suggest get back to the person who asked you to come onto the call and ask them for some products to try. I genuinely do believe that everybody will get some benefit from the products. And who knows, if you start using the products, when the time's right, you may then decide to have a look at the business. It may be that you're a maybe. You've got some questions. That's great. We expect people to have questions. Get in touch with the person who asked you to come onto this webinar tonight and ask them the questions. Get them answered. But please ask them. Don't ask somebody who doesn't know anything about us. Everybody's got an attitude. Everybody's got an opinion on something, whether they know nothing about it or not, or anything about it or not. So please go back to the person who asked you to come onto this call and ask them your questions and get them answered. Once you're a maybe and we've answered your questions, then presumably you'd be a yes, or you might already be a yes. In which case, get registered online and most importantly, book a planning meeting. Planning meeting is when the person who introduced you will just sit down with you or they'll do a Skype call with you and find out what it is that you want from Forever, what sort of income levels, what dreams and goals you've got, and what time you've got to put in it. Because it's your business, we work a plan around what you want to do. And once we've done all that, we're back to the guy who started everything off, which is Rex Morn. He says there, create your masterpiece, create greatness. So what more can I say than that? Apart from, Rex Morn created this business 40 years ago, and he has helped thousands of people create their masterpiece and their geniuses. And to finish on a paraphrasing a quote from Richard Branson, Richard Branson says something along the lines of, if you see an opportunity that you have an interest in, but you're not exactly sure how to do it, just grab it with both hands and go with it and find out how later. And that's exactly the point I would make to you. If what we've said to you tonight gives you a spark of interest, then don't worry about how. We're here to show you the how. We just want you to say, yes, okay, I'm joining. Now lead me on this journey. And that's what we'll do. So thank you very much for your time, everybody. Thanks for Ruth and Danielle for their input tonight. Sorry with the slight technicalities at the beginning with the slides not changing. Technology, don't you love it, that we got there in the end. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Thanks very much now. Bye.